Hey guys, Olga Gaming here, back again with another Fun Deck Friday in Magic: The Gathering Arena. We're going to be doing mono black vampires, so non-competitive in any way, shape, or form. But as I was playing for the last week's Fun Deck Friday for Out for Blood for playing the starter decks to come with MTG Arena, I got an epiphany that there is indeed a Vampire Lord that is still in current standard. Now, most people don't use it because it is higher up on the scale as far as the mana cost is concerned, but it made me want to play Mono Black Vampires, which was a really cool build in a few previous metas prior to, and I said, hey, let's build a fun deck and see what we can do with it. So there's a lot of interesting cards in here, some of them on the higher end, and I have no idea how well this deck's going to do. But let's take a look into it at the beginning. So Knight of the Ebon Legion is kind of a must-have as far as I'm concerned in any black deck. 1/2 for 1, and of course you can spend 3 mana and give it 3+3/3 and give it Death Touch, and if you've done more than 4 damage, any player has taken more damage, it gets a +1/+1 token, and of course it is a vampire. Vampire of the Dire Moon, another great 1/1 with Death Touch and Lifelink. We do have a little bit of a Lifelink link in here, which is why Child of the Night, I recognize it is a really low end vampire, common vampire, but it's got lifelink, and that'll start triggering off the next card that we've got, which is Bloodthirsty Aerialist, and every time you gain life, put a +1/+1 token counter on Bloodthirsty Aerialist. We want to make sure there's other lifelink triggers coming in as well, so we'll get to that here in a second. 4 copies of Murder, because you need to get some creatures out of the way. I'm still going to run 2 copies of Savage Gorger. I know that not everyone's a big fan of this one. It's a common card that comes out of the Sorin vampire deck, but darn it, I like this card. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent loses life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So within a couple of turns, it gets really, really big and really, really scary. And I don't know, like I said, I have fun with this deck. This is a kitchen table card, and I love this card, so I put it in. So I hope you enjoy it. This is a fun deck Friday deck anyway. This one's not as much fun. So we are going to put 4 copies of Sorin Imperious Bloodlord in there. It is, of course, a 4 loyalty, 3 casting cost, Planeswalker. His +1 target creature you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink. There are those triggers, and until end of turn. And if it's a vampire, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Gets pretty scary. You can sacrifice any vampire you want, and you can it deals 3 damage to you, and you can gain 3 life, or you can sacrifice a vampire creature and put or -3 him to put a vampire creature card from your hand into play. Cool card. Baked in a Pie. Because I needed more removal spells, and I wanted to kind of go with the theme of the fairy tales of Throne of Eldraine. So this is a much worse, in my opinion, Murder. It is 1 additional mana cost for 4, and it creates a food token on the way out. You're not really doing it with the food token, but I needed a removal spell, so I went with it. It's, again, this is a fun deck. I genuinely don't care. There he is, the Thirsting Bloodlord. Came from M20. Other vampires you control get +1/+1, and he has a 3/3 for 4. Maybe we can use him. I mean, he is not legendary, so you can pull this off. And the card that I had mentioned when we did the video for Out for Blood that really needed to be in that deck is Epicure of Blood. When you gain life, each opponent loses life. So every time all these triggers are gaining life, you're pulling life off of him. So, and 22 Swamps. So let's go play some Fun Deck Friday. We are not going to be playing this one in ranked because this is nowhere near a ranked play deck. So we're just going to go into the old casual play. And there's Out for Blood. That must have been the last deck I played for casual play. And play some mono black vampires. If you like the video, like and subscribe down below. It'd be super helpful. It helps out the channel. Let me know in the comments down below how you would do a mono black vampire deck in the current standard. I don't think that this is, like I said, this is nowhere near a meta breaking deck. I usually reserve my videos for Fridays for genuine kitchen table fun stuff. I'm debating continuing. One of my biggest, most popular series right now are a lot of the free play decks I did whenever the Return to Ravnica sets with Guilds of Ravnica and Ravnica Legions came out, and I've gotten a lot of views on those, quite a few lately, and it's making me wonder, like, maybe folks are kind of a little meh on the current, competitive meta, and they're just looking for fun decks to play, and we're getting a whole bunch of influx of new players all the time into Arena, so maybe decks that aren't needing 55 wild cards to build are appealing to other players. This looks like it's going to be the Rakdos. Well, I was going to say this looks like it's going to be the Sacrifice deck, but let's see how this goes. Merchant of the Veil. You may discard. Interesting choice. We shall see where this goes. I am intrigued. I'm gonna take a wild guess and think that this is going to be Fires of Invention, just looking at the mana base here. Or this is Arclight? Maybe? No, Fires of Invention. That's what I was going to say. Called it. Thoughtbound Lich. Cool, it's got Death Touch. That's awesome. So, as much as I'd like to, we're going to go ahead and kill the Thoughtbound Lich. And drop him down there and add some life stars. And we're going to get even bigger here in a second. As the Thirsting Bloodlord is awaiting to come down. Now, usually this deck doesn't run a ton of creatures. It usually runs Planeswalkers. Surveil 3 and then, okay. Return target creature card. So he's going to return the Thoughtbound Lich. That's fine. Tombbound Lich. Thoughtbound Lich. Ooh, oh darn. One of your Fires of Invention went away. Isn't that a damn shame? What do we got? What do we got? What other free cards do you get to cast? Ooh, Merchant of the Veil. Cool. I'm going to hold off on that for now. So let's go through with all of our life linkers. Put some damage in. And 1 and 2 and 3. I am curious as to what his answer to this is. Probably something stupid where he wipes the board and all the fun stuff happens. Discard a card, draw a card. What did he have in here? Ooh, he's trying to pull that out. That'll be fun. Interesting enough, I think I've got big enough that I can actually handle him here in a minute. I said before you weren't going to use the food token. I was wrong. I have reasons to use a food token here. And he's sitting down doing the math like, oh, look, I've got all this free cat. So, yep, he's going to do that. That's cool. Why in the world would I ever let that happen? So now the decision to make here. Now I'm going to wait. Pay 2 life, target creature gets -1/-1. Yeah, nope. Doesn't help you. Here comes all the craziness now. Now he's going to sit there and free cast all this stuff out of his hand. It's a shame because this was a good start to this deck, but I think that we're about to start losing behind on this. And again, it's going to be, what's he going to cast? Well, we don't know what's he's got 2 fires in the. He's got 3 lands he tossed in there. Probably, yep. Alright, so that's going to do it for this one. Because now we're just going to stop playing the game. I'm not a huge fan of the free casting. I apologize for those who are interested in seeing how that game turned out. But that's where I start losing. First of all, it's a fun deck. It's not really designed to beat up against a deck like that. But darn it, we had him in there for at least the early game. At least the early game we were doing well. Yeah, no, once you start getting into Agent of Treachery and they start just stealing all your stuff and free casting that because of cohort, like that's just crazy to me. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Definitely needs another mana. And we have a lot of stuff on the 1-drops that we didn't get any of. But we'll see how it goes. We got matched up relatively quickly, so maybe we'll get another fun deck. Maybe. Come on. Why? I get all... You guys, if you guys are watching these all in the same week, you're going to see me say the same complaint over and over. I get all the slowpokes this week for whatever reason. I've got 1 mana. I've got 1 card in my hand that I can cast with 1 mana. Should I cast it? Like, why does it take that long to make that decision? Like, legitimately, there should be a little thing that I can sit there and start like, hey, this is taking too long. And a report button right here would be amazing. Where I could just say, hey, report a bug. I can't report a player. Which one am I willing to lose? I'll lose a Child of the Night to start off with. I'm okay with that. So I feel like I'm going to play that same black drop card deck that I had played against before. Because now we're going to get the one that exiles a card. Oh, Vampire of the Dire Mood. Cool. And we'll lose the Epicure because we're going to start losing. We need to be able to get stuff out faster than that. Nope, we'll hold. Oh, come on, Davriel too? It's a risk if I drop the mana. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just dropping the mana because I don't want to lose any of these, but I can't cast any of them if I don't lose them. I'm going to lose the Savage Gorger and hate every minute of it. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Good compromise. So you can go away and you can start losing damage. And on the next turn, we'll start getting Bloodthirsty Aerialist, because usually this deck doesn't run. Oh, so frustrating. Lifelink and Haste. That's another good one. I like that. That's a good addition. I assume he's going to kill the 2-1. Sure. We can stay in this ever-loving draw now, where we're both sitting here hitting each other with lifelinking. That's an interesting addition to the drop card deck. I like that. Banehound. I love the artwork on it, first of all. Thank you. Something I can take advantage of. Awesome. No, thank you. Because if nothing else, having a mana sinks that you can dump this into is great. You could potentially add +1/+1 to it, and I still get bigger. Come on. What I need is Sorin now. Sorin would be amazing. Let's see what he's got. Because I'm going to get that on both of them now. There we go. Interesting. See, what's probably killing him is he's got a whole bunch of cards that are designed for dropping cards out of my hand. Like, oh, I'm gonna. Like, I genuinely, I don't have a problem having cards dropped out of my hands. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There should be a way to control Z that. Can I still control Z that? Nope. Well, I guess that's the one going in. I meant to do it as a surprise, as opposed to... Because I wanted to give him the option not to do it so that I could back it up later. Burglar rat. See, I'm telling you, that's what he's got. He's got all these cards in his hand that he's like, oh, I should be doing this. No, don't want to do that, friend. So now I'll swing with both of these and see which one he decides to block. My sneaking suspicion he's not going to want to block both. I stand corrected. I wouldn't have thought that would have been his response. Telling you, he's sitting there with a whole bunch of cards in his hand where he's like, I just want to be able to kill you. And we got the Epicure of Blood down, and now we're rolling. Now we're cooking. Dread Presence. Cool card. And let's just make our vampires a little bit bigger, shall we? I'm going to assume that he's just going to take that on the chin. Woo! Mono black vampires. Okay, so that one took a little bit. We hit a dull spot there in the middle. But it had a happy ending at the end of that. So good game. It is interesting whenever you're like, yeah, I don't genuinely care if you continue to drop cards out of my hand. I have none in my hand to worry about. And that really takes a strong... it does take a big piece of the deck that he was going for away. Davriel was a huge bonus in his deck, but that's why I had to get it out of the way early. So, alright, we'll move on to another game or two. Because that Fires of Invention deck, I guess at some point in time I'm going to have to do a video on it. Kind of like a, if you can't beat him, join him kind of video. It's just craziness to me. But luckily, I don't hear enough people, like, not nearly as many people squawking about that deck as we were about Oko whenever he first came out. Ooh, all kinds of good stuff. Heck yeah. Yes, I think I will keep this. Do wish this was murder instead, but alas, they can't all be winners. Blue-white scares me. Because it could be multiple things. Interesting. Oh, I like where this deck is going. I've got to kill that so that doesn't happen. And I'm going to assume he doesn't want to lose his Pride Mage. Interesting deck idea. Because there are a couple, now that I'm thinking about it, there's quite a few of those blue-whites that like gain life and make... This is a good idea. I might have to borrow this. This is a cool deck idea. Very fun, very not, you know, control-y in any way. You're going to wish you had done that when you had the chance. That's right, baked into pie. You saw it. Wait. Some people look at that card and go, wait, aside from the background art, what is that card? Healer's Hawk, yep. So you've got all the pieces there for it. Let's go Sorin. Let's go Vampire of the Dire Moon. Let's make sure we can get above Healer's Hawk. Gideon's coming. Yeah, he's got all the right pieces. He's got all the right pieces for this to work. Sure. Now, let's see if he pays attention to the death touch that this goes along with. So we're going to go here.
I bestow a mighty curse.
Okay, works for me. Very cool. Very cool deck. I really like this. I'm going to have to go back and watch and see what all he did with this one. Because I really like what he did here. Conclave on what? You're going to take out Sorin, aren't you? That's not nice at all. That does not make me happy, sir. Curious as to which one he lets go here. He's going to have to come up with an answer at some point. Phoenix's Insight. Yeah, I like where he's going with this. I really do. I like the old concept of what he did here. Yep, another battlefield trigger stopping. Yep, totally on board. I like everything he did here. No, I shall wait. Because I'm going to start sending my lifelinkers in now. Yep, he's getting life. He's getting his one big creature. Totally on board. See where this is. This is cool. I like his deck. Yeah, one little creature, one little one-run creature is stopping him from doing anything at all. Sure. I don't know that I would do that. You'd want to have the blockers to back you. I don't know that that's a good idea. This is probably a bad idea. Because he's obviously not going to block with this, because I'm just going to death touch and kill it. He's not going to block with her, because it's kind of his whole spiel. So you need to keep a blocker behind to help save you, good sir. Exactly. That's the right move. Just don't do anything. Just, you need blockers. Ooh, so tempting. So tempting to cast a second one of those. I'm not gonna, but it is so tempting to commit a second one to that. So I am willing to commit that. And I'm willing to commit that. And I'm willing to commit that. 2 lifelinkers sitting out there. If he decides to block this with the big thing, or not block it at all, I can pump it up. So he's willing to lose it. Interesting choices. But you've already assigned it to block. Oh, I guess that's true because it's not going to do any damage. Yeah, no, I guess that works. That's why I kept the back one. So even if you still come in. Alright, now he's got a second Gideon's Company. Now that's a little crazy. Oh my goodness. All we need is one spell. One spell to really... Or actually what we need is our little flyers. Our flyers would be amazing. Yeah, now his deck's getting going. Man, I thought we had this one close. Murder. What do we want to murder? His current ability to gain life is probably the most germane decision to at least prevent that from becoming a thing. And we'll hold. Because I've got oodles of life. I'm not necessarily concerned with him coming in. Sure. Because that only works once. Baked into a pie. Oh wait, are they all still in here? Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna work for anybody, good sir. Still kind of stuck, because he's going to sit here and gain life. What is he... Oh, it's Dovin's Acuity again. That's the one that's gaining him life. Like, yeah, he can come in and swing if he wants. He's only got the one little life linker here, so, like, interesting choice. I don't know that I would have made the same one. Yeah, I don't know that I would have made the same choice that he just did. Because I can go... here? And wait. Oh my goodness, he's getting all of them. Block here to here. Keep it coming. I am finding ways that I'm going to be killing all of his big creatures. He swings in here. I've got both of these dead, which is probably not what he's going to do. Yeah, he's just going to sit there and take the pot shot, which he should. Oh my goodness, anything but. Anything but. Yeah, here we go. Like, for whatever reason, now I'm just hitting this block of nothing useful. Come on. What haven't I... Like, I feel like I've gone through quite a bit. There's one murder, two murders. Yeah, no, you're making the right call. Just build them all up. Because next turn I'm going to have major problems unless I can get one of them off the board. And that's not going to get one of them off the board. It sort of does. Because unfortunately, like, he's basically got me at this juncture, because I can't really get any further on this. Yep. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take you to here, you to here, sacrifice one to the gods here. And hope, and it's just going to be mana. So that's going to be good game. All I got was mana out of this one, so we are going to concede that one. Ooh, it was a fun. I feel like there was a good matchup. I mean, he just, like, again, I think we started off strong early, and he finished us up in the end, so good game. In any case, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, always helps out the channel. Let me know in the comments down below how you would do a mono black vampires deck. Always happy to hear from you guys. So until next video, guys, we shall see you in the arena. This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga, and thank you for your support.